Clarksville Diggers, got another mail call. It's not another fire ant art, don't worry. But this is something for Maxine, my AT Max. I was talking to Lee Dowdy of Historical Diggers, and he told me that they make the carbon fiber shafts for the AT Pros and AT Gold, but that'll fit an AT Max. And I wanted one. So we're going to open this puppy up. I've heard a lot of good reviews about this, and people that have gotten one, they told me I'll never regret it. So we're going to do the opening. I'm going to pull it out, and then I'll do another video about assembling this thing together. Got enough paper. That reminds me of a magic trick. Keeps pulling that all out. My dogs will see that. Freak out. Okay, we got some here. Okay. I have no idea. I guess that's more paper. These are the Anderson rods, and if nobody is familiar, then what I can say, it's similar, just like is the Equinox 800 with their carbon fiber rods. This is what we got. There's something else up in here. Oh, it's a book I got. New Successful Coin Hunting by Charles Garrett. So, I guess it talks about digging coins and pinpointers and different stuff. It was a free book. So let's pull this dude out. Carbon fiber is a lot lighter than aluminum. And when you get carbon fiber, not only in the weight, but you get that little checkered pattern on your rods. That looks really cool. But this is basically the same setup like an Equinox 800. It's supposed to be a whole lot lighter, and that is bunches lighter. Your control box on your Garrett machines will mount up right there where your speaker is. You put your screws in, and that's pretty cool. It's supposed to be the design of the handle is supposed to really be easier on your swinging. I guess a sticker, probably instructions, warranty, and we've got the end screws and some washers for the end piece where you coil. This is what we got today, and I'm looking forward to getting it put together. So when we begin to put it together, I'll come back and show you. Okay, I've got it together. I'm sorry, this is the second, actually the third take, and I get talking too long. I get goofing around, and it starts dragging it on. The weight, it's according to this scale. I'm using the wrong scale. I'm using a fish scale. Should be more of a digital, but it is a little bit lighter. The storm coil does make it heavy, And with the stock coil, it would be a whole lot different. And but what I first done, I put the shaft together, and when doing it, unscrew this, and then just kind of feel down there and make sure you don't feel any of the protruding screw. Slide your shaft up in and pop it, and then once you get your coil on the coil, I had 4 little yellowish type of screws, washers. So I put one on the inside and one on the outside. I using the mount screw, the coil mount screw that came with the rod. So I'll give that a shot, see how that does. One thing I did do different on the setup, I turned my coil around. Before, I had my cable on here, and I was just more comfortable with that. But I noticed when I'm searching and swinging, using my right hand, I'm more aggressive, more harder when I swing this way, and then when I come back, it's just like a pendulum. It's just a back swing, and then I go again. So I'm a little harder, and brush and stuff like that is hitting that cable, I'm sure. So putting it on my right, I think it'll protect the cable a lot better. 2, looks better because Neil is. Now some of your coils, your smaller ones, they only go on a certain way. Now on this, it looks like it can go either way, but then you got this little lip, this little enclosure. Mine before was on the back, and when I was trying to close it, it would only do that much. But now with this on, and if you notice, underneath the cuff, there's not a stand like on the original AT series. And I thought, that's something I'm going to have to kind of get used to. But if your coil, you got to design that it goes all the way flat out in the field or anywhere, that's going to keep your machine stable. So that's going to work out great. I use my storm coil more than any coil. I understand it. It covers a lot of ground. It's deeper. I mean, that's my baby. But there's times I do have to use a stock. So I think it's going to work out. Looks pretty. I think it looks almost like a mind lab now. Hey, don't tell Lee Dowdy that. He's been trying to push the Equinox 800 off on me. And they're a good machine. I mean, actually, they exceed the AT Max, I have to admit. I mean, they got more frequencies, but I just can't buy a machine every time I turn around. But the Garrett, it's got its special language too. And I'm starting to understand it. And I mean, I might not be able to hunt fine little gold, itty bitty small gold nuggets. I can find big ones if I have to, or gold rings. But your real fine stuff, you need the higher frequencies. Okay, so we covered putting a shaft in, and then when tighten it, do finger tight. Get your coil on. Adjust your length that you need. If you do have to for custom fit, if you think you need to pull the cuff up any, or you need to move this forward or back 1 notch, there is a little there's a bushing in here, and all you got to do is slide it to the hole. So when it goes in, it tightens. What it does, carbon fiber, even though it's strong, still, if there's nothing in the middle and you start tightening it, it will start squeezing it together and it could shatter. That's why there's a bushing in here and there's a bushing under the arm cuff, just so that it gives some resistance. But that's the Anderson shaft. Got it on my AT Max, and I'm ready to hit my Union camp I found. I've noticed when I pick it up that, try to slide my hand into the arm cuff like so. It's not tight, but still. The weight of the coil, the tension, the pressure is going underneath my arm. Now I'm holding this, but I'm holding it with a grip. But it's not like the old shaft. What I'm talking about, when I'm holding the old shaft, the control box and the coil is all on the same pipe, on the same level. That's a lot of weight. So that's pulling down. So when I'm holding it, I am feeling behind my knuckle on my hand about right in, well, hopefully I can get my finger in here. About right in there. Sorry about that. I'm trying to hold a phone and do this too. So I'm holding that with the control box and the coil on the same shaft. I'm having to pull it up some, and I'm squeezing there. And as I'm doing it, that's a lot of weight right there. That's all working right in through the top of my hand, the little muscle there, through my forearm. But when I do this, the forearm is getting most of the weight distribution. So that's going to be interesting. Got to get used to it. So it's going to take me just a little while. But I guess the ergonomics of it, I like it. You can definitely say I got some money in that little setup right there now. God. Holy macaroni. And I think I'm going to be happy with it. Oh, something else too. The display pitch on the stock AT shaft. You know, sometimes when looking at it, you had to kind of raise it up a little bit. But the angle of this, it's pitched up so you can see it, see the display a lot better. So that's going to be something. Okay.
Can you tell he's excited?
That's the wifey. She's over there hiding. I should have another video coming up about the Civil War camp, and then on my off days I should be going back out there again, taking another drive and going down. Y'all have a blessed one. Thanks for watching the video.
Bye, y'all.